That's it. That was a bit of a close-up, wasn't it? Okay, so as always, good afternoon. It's Thursday. My watch is on something. I can't read it. Hang on. 6th of November already. 2 p.m. live from Dragon's Papercraft. And we are going to be getting creative today with Julie Hickey Designs Nature's Garden collection, which is a brand new little range of 4 stamp sets. And I'm going to be making a gorgeous little home decor frame for you. But we'll, I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to put this on here. We'll get you all joining in, or it might slip. That's better. Now my hands are free. We'll wait for you all to join, and then we'll have a quick flash at a few different things, and then straight to the craft table. And it looks like I'm getting, am I? Maybe I'm getting comments. It just says people are watching, so I might need to borrow Paul's phone, but he is busy listing new things and getting the last few orders out of the shop for today. So we'll see how we go. I'm sure it will be fine. Now I'm not going to play with the buttons at the bottom. I forgot. I was going to look at something, but I forgot to. So I'll try that another time. So yeah, right. That's it. I'm going to turn you around now. Here we go. So, oh, look at all of that space. Doesn't it look awful? That's where my collection's going. So next week it will be proudly hanging up there. The rest of this section is very sporadic, little bits and pieces here and there. What we've got left of the Christmas. Paul has just put a big saving on this paper pad today. It's half price, £5 for a 12 by 12 pad. It's got 12 designs. I think it's 2 of each. Is it? Maybe not. I'm going to have to find out now. I've got to count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, there's 12 sheets in there. Double-sided. All of that beautiful designs from the Christmas blush from JMA. You've also got your element sheets that you can cut out as well. So yeah, that's half price, £5. We've got some more of these cute characters in because we just can't get enough of them, if I'm honest. They're just such fun to colour. In here, there's a few different Christmas bits that have been added with savings on because we're down to the last 1s or 2s. This beautiful snowflake, this is down to £17.39. There's a couple of those left, and then there's one of this one, £17.39. So if you like the look of any of those and you want a bargain, it's in the sale section. There's little bits and pieces. Here's another one here. That's down to £13.19. From 1979, and then we've got lots of different. These are lovely. £4.79. Lovely embossing folder. There's all sorts of different bits in there. They're just 1s and 2s of things, but it's everybody loves a bargain. So do check out the sales section. I'm going to come around here now. What day are we on? Paul, did those go on? Are they on? Right, so I can show you this then. Right, so something brand new. There's this really cute little collection. It's called Quiet Morning, and it consists of all 3 elements. So you get a pack of sentiments, and these are kind of condolences and sympathy sentiments, which are really nice. The cards that we don't really like making, but we do need to make some. This is a die-cut element pad, so lots of beautiful roses and stags and trees and tags and toppers, all just pop out, butterflies in there. And then this one, this is cards and background papers. So to start off with, these ones here, you just score them in half, and that becomes your card blank, and it's like coloured on all sides. So there's all different patterns going through there, and then your die cut elements just pop out and go on the top. Brilliant for maybe you're doing craft fairs and you just have to have like a little box of sympathy cards if you use the sentiments. But I mean, at this stage it could be anything. Absolutely beautiful papers, and the rest of these are papers. Really nice designs on there. Can you remember, Paul, off the top of your head, what... Pardon?
Of course I can.
You can?
I'm a man.
Oh, my goodness. Did you hear that? Go on, then. How much is it?
£13.58.
£13.58 gets you all of that as a bundle. Only available in a bundle because it just goes together. So that is that one. We did manage to make one more set of alcohol markers up because the last one went out this morning, but we've managed to make one more set up. So once that set's gone, it will be single packets only. Now then, if you like Studio Light tacky glue in this format, in this bottle, once these have sold, you will never find them anywhere again because they are moving over to this. Okay, these, what we've got, are on offer. 3 bottles for £8.99. I've stocked up, but my trolley is full on the top layer. I've got like 7 bottles stacked up because I love it so much. So if you are the same and you love this glue, I would stock up whilst we've got it, because once that's gone, no more ever to be had. This is a slightly different consistency, a different recipe. That's what it is. This is a different recipe to this one. Although the bottles on this are quite cool, I like those, but that's my favourite, and I'm sad. Right, here we go. This is Julie Hickey's brand new collection. We do have them as collections available or separately. We have got, let's start off here. We've got Postage and More. So you've got these fabulous hexagons and diamond shaped kind of postage feel. You've got some little floral elements. You've got Thinking of You, Thank You, little postage mark that says special delivery. So that's the first set. That's called Postage and More #2. Then there is Nature's Garden #1. So you've got like little stitching, these really nice little ditzy type florals. Some of the larger ones, you've got a little bit of griddage on there. Well, I'm not going to say griddage, I'm going to say burlap, because you've got the open edges. So let's say it's a bit of burlap. Then smaller flowers, you've got some leaves, some little ink splats there. And then there is Nature's Garden #2. So Julia likened these to like sweet peas. They're like a nice rounded flower. Very lovely. You've got the words Nature's Garden. You've got these really nice little leafy fronds and almost like palmy leaves there. And then these are cute. It's got like almost like a little star on the top of each one. Really nice sets. And then we've got #solids one. So these work alongside some of the previous stamp sets that have been available. So like the postage stamp, this one and this one. And then this one works with the little circle postage marks that are on that set also. But these, I don't know if you've seen the launch on Julie Hickey Designs page. The Argyle patterns that have been made with these solid stamps have been amazing. So if you haven't already had a look, she's also got all of the design team samples are on Pinterest boards. And yeah, so inspiration everywhere for them. So they are what we're going to be playing with. Now, I did put up on my page that on Saturday, you might get a little look at Paul now. I'm afraid he won't smile or wave because he doesn't like the camera. Yeah, so on Saturday we're getting a little bit more constructive, and we're going to be looking at crackers, Terry's chocolate orange box crackers, wine box crackers, a couple of different size crackers. So it's all about construction on Saturday. But today, as much as it's still about construction today, because we're going to be constructing this fabulous frame, it's all about nice inky stamping. This one's got a bit of glitter glue on there, but yeah, we're going to use quite a lot of those new stamps and just create this. It started off, it was going to be a journal page, but then I was like, I don't want it shut in a book, I want to look at it. So I made the frame, and it does actually stand up on its own, so you could have it leant on a shelf if you wanted to. And then I came to set up, and I had a little look, and I went to get all the colours out, and I thought, no, I'm not going to make it the same colour. I'm going to do a different colourway. So let's start at the beginning. So for the outer, for the backing, I have chosen, I'm going to bring my board in because I'll be able to measure it and tell you. This is my media artist card, and it's fabulous for construction, but it's really good for any type of inky mixed media. So this is 23 centimetres by 17. And then, so that's going to be my backing. And I think, shall I do that first? Yeah, let's just get creative first before we do the scientific bit, because I've got my bits. Oh, I should tell you this piece as well. I think this is 15 by 21. It is. Because this is the piece of card that I started with when I made my piece as a journal page, and then I wanted to frame it, but I didn't want to take away any of the details, so that's when I mounted it on a larger piece, and then the depth of my frame is 1 centimetre, so it fits perfectly. So this is the bit that we're creating on. So I've picked out my media mixed media workspace, because it's perfect for this, because I'm going to be getting a little bit inky, a little bit messy, and I know everything is going to stay. Is that straight? Let's get us in a good position. Move us along. There we go. That's perfect. I am right. For some reason today, it doesn't want to show me any comments. So as soon as Paul has finished with his phone, he's going to pass it me so I can have a look and interact with you all, because it does feel a bit weird not being able to. Right, so I'm going to grab a couple of colours. I'm going to have some, this one is weathered wood. I'm going to have some bundled sage. And, oh, go on then. Let's have a bit of speckled egg. That'll do me for now. And then I'm going to spritz that. And I'm just going to tap in lightly and just smoosh around and get a little bit of... See, I've almost got stripes across there, but I quite like it, so I'm going to go with it. Just spread that down. Yes, happy. Right, the only thing I didn't bring, I thought I was being organised. Just get some tissue. I found it. I mean, that's really nice. Could I get some more on there? Yeah. I might as well just keep tapping this up, because it's really... I like the colours together, actually. And then clean that up. And then I'm just going to dab off that excess moisture. Because it had time to settle into the card. And every time you do a background, it's always going to be different. Just going to make sure you can see enough. There we go. Okay, so now I'm going to set that to one side to dry. And whilst that's drying, I'm going to stamp a few of the hexagons down that we want. Now, there's 3 sizes on here, and I do want 3 sizes, one of each. I let it drop so it naturally finds its shape. That's the big one. And then, oh. Oh. Do you know what? I'm going to stamp that again because I don't want any little bits where... I don't know how I got that on there. And then we have got the smaller one. Perfect. Right then. So I'm going to cut these out. Now you could do it on a trimmer. I'm just going to roughly... In fact, I might do it on a trimmer because they're straight lines. Just roughly get around there. And this one. Bring my trimmer into play. Now then. Now, on here, I've got like a slit, and I'm going to use the left-hand side to line up the postage shapes, so to speak, so that when I cut it, I'm going to get the same little border on each one. Just measure them right up to the edge. And that should be perfect on each side. I mean, you can do it smaller than that if you want, or you can just do it freehand with your scissors. It's just, the picture that I've got that I've already made, I did do it freehand with my scissors, and on a couple of them, I was like, oh, it's not quite. So that's why I'm opting to do it with a trimmer. Right, so then we've got that perfect little postage. We'll do the same on all of them. I might as well prep them all together. And pop those around. I was going to prep these, and I thought, do you know what? No, because that's hard. Look, it's an important bit of the demo, so we'll do it together. And then every time I'm just making sure that that postage is lined up. Let me know when I can have it, Paul. Okay, so that's 2. Last one, and then we can start popping some bits in. Now, I've gone for a completely different colour palette for this one, and I've chosen out Shaded Lilac, Villainous Potion. I've got some Speckled Egg there. I've got some Rustic Wilderness. No, I haven't. I've got some Bundled Sage. Weathered Wood we've already used. I did put a blue on there. Don't know if I'm going to use it, but we shall see how the mood takes us. Right, last one. There we go. Pop that off to the side. So, now you can have these whatever way round you like. For some reason, I always seem to have the straight edge, and I'm just going to build them kind of like that on my frame. So, to colour this in, I'm gonna... Oh, I didn't bring those. Never mind. I could use my alcohol pens. I could have used those, couldn't I? I might just use my water pens. Yeah, let's bring a bit of this in and stamp some other elements. So, onto here, I am going to stamp one of my floral elements down that I need to cut out, and then the rest of it is just flat stamping onto the background. There we go. And then when I cut this one out, what I'm going to do is cut a straight line about there. I'm going to cut that straight off there, which will cut that leaf off, but that's fine. And then just make it smaller for me to cut down. And I am going to leave a little border around this, because it's going to help it stand out from the background, and I just think it gives a nice finish. Sometimes it's nice to have it cut all the way to the black, but I think for this one the little border just works really well. So just giving that a nice little border. As always, if you've got any questions, do shout out. I'm waiting patiently to borrow Paul's phone, because it is really weird when you can't see any comments. There's just nothing to interact with. But I will get them very shortly. And if I don't answer them on the live, when I get home and I download everything up onto the YouTube channel, I do go through and like the comments so that you know that I've read them. And if there's any questions on there that I haven't answered during the live, I message those as well. So just get that nice. Just go a bit deeper down on that one. Okay, so we've got our little floral element there that's going to go on top of here like so. That's one bit. That one's going to have stamping on. Right, I think we're ready. I think we'll just carry on and paint these in while we're here. That little noise you can hear is the, do they call it, what do they call it, Paul? The quiet tape. Yeah. It's meant to be silent. So we've got a little bit of shaded lilac. I'm just going to add a little bit, and very loosely. I'm not going to get, let me put you a bit lower so that you can see. Just kind of dobbing. Doesn't matter if I've still got any white bits there. I'm just going for a very loose, like so. Some bits are darker, some bits are lighter. I'm going to just get a little bit of Villainous Potion now. And it should only be a little bit because it's a very rich colour, this one. And maybe I'm going to add in a little bit of dark at the base. Take the colour off the brush and just blend that in slightly. I must admit, I did discover these two work so well together a little while ago, and then I forgot again, and I was like, oh, I remember. Just mix them in. Get a little bit of darker down there. So maybe just a little bit there. And then I'm going to grab a little bit of bundled sage. Make sure that my brush is dry-ish. And I'm just going to run that down these black lines. So it's going to be going into that little border that I cut, but that's absolutely fine. There we go. So that gives us our little sweet peas. So then for our border, I'm going to have a look at what a speckled egg looks like. Sure, it'll be lovely. And I'm just going to whiz around here and give this a nice little it's funny because the matte silicone, the piece of card stays in place very well. There we go. So we've got that nice little, where did I put the flowers? I quite like these colours actually. Yeah. Right, now what does, let's have a look at weathered. Because I've painted with speckled egg, maybe it's old paper. So I'm going to grab that little bit of burlap, if I can find it. There we go. And I'm just going to ink this up with, I'm going to look at the colour before I stamp it down. Yeah, happy with that. This one is old paper, and I'm just going to really gently just stamp over and put a bit of burlap in that background. So it gives me that really nice kind of Hessian-ish kind of feel. And then I'm going to make sure that that is dry. And I'm going to kiss the edge with a little bit of shaded lilac. Like so. And then when that goes on there, which I'm going to do now, just wondering, I might needed to have chopped a little bit more off there. Yeah, that'll be fine, but I am going to nip in with my scissors and just take a little bit more off. There we go. So we've got our flowers down there. Beautiful, I like it already. Right, so then we will go for this size. And this one can be bundled sage around the outside. Make sure I'm just making sure my brush is dry, and I'm doing it on my hand of all things. So just add in Is it time for the phone yet, Paul? I keep going on about his phone. He's just printing the manifest, so that means he can take parcels to the post office.
It's very demanding.
I am demanding, you're right. Right then, so let's move over to another floral element. We're going to use the one from this set, and it's got little kind of starry bits on. Now I am going to be very good. Well, I won't go that far, but I am going to be good. Just give this a little bit of a clean because I don't want any black on it. Of course, we should keep our stamps clean. Yay! Let's just have a little catch up with you all now. I can see. Right. I'm going to go back up to the beginning. Really looking forward to Saturday. Oh, brilliant, Donna. That's okay, Christine. Fascinating watching me cut out. I'm right-handed. You are so quick with it. Do you know what? I panic about cutting out in front of you all. You're on a sneaky peek whilst at work. I won't tell anyone, Kay. Promise. Right. So, on to the fronds. Let's continue. I'm going to use some old paper first. And I'm going to take a little bit of tape and just mask on that line there, like so. And I'm going to go, just put a little bit, that'll be fine. So that's old paper. Then I'm going to go in with some shaded lilac. And I'm going to go at a different angle. I'm trying to do it, I'm trying to get away without masking that side. It's not going to work. Okay, so now sort of like a different angle. Just getting a bit of lilac in there. And then we're going to go in and put a nice dark one. I've just realised I'm going to need to put some more masking on. These, I mean, they can be reused. The reason I'm putting these on is because I want to do a little bit of blending, but also keep some white in the middle. So once I've got that in place, on the right bit, Hazel, just grab myself a little brush. Oh, now then, let's go. I'm trying to, I've got a green brush and I want it bundled sage, but this has got something on it. So, thank you, Pauline. I'm intrigued to see how it's going to turn out. There we go. Right, so now when I take this away... Oh, I shouldn't have done it bundled sage because the outside is bundled sage. It's staying bundled sage. Never mind, that's fine. And then one more that I've forgotten. I want to put a black one now in the foreground. So keep that bottom bit of tape on. Grab my black. And then we can pop that nice in the middle. Take that away. And we've got another decorative. It's a bit of a shame that I did it the same, but it is fine. What we'll do is we'll put that shaded lilac around the outside. That should lift it. That is juicy because it's new. So, just give it a wipe round. There we go. So now we've got two. Oh, I love them already. Really like this colour combo. Right, last one. So this one is going to be lilac around the outside. I've chosen. And then we can start to create that fabulous background to lay them on. Right, okay. Oh, that's bundled sage, that's shaded lilac. Okay, so we'll grab a little block. And we've got the words Nature's Dream. I guess this is #1. I am guessing. And I'm just going to turn that upside down. Nature's Garden. I'm getting confused with my collection now. Butt that up so that they're both together. You could stamp them separately if you wanted to. But I've opted to go together. And I'm going to grab these. I'm just going to stamp that. I hope this is straight. Yeah, ish. That's fine. Happy with that. This one can have bundled sage around the outside, I think. Right, there's our 3 elements ready to go on. And then I'm going to move these off because we're going to be doing some stuff in the background. Right then. I might have to just raise you up slightly now. Do that. Okay. So our background is nice and dry now. And I'm just going to start, well, first of all, decide which way up you want it. I'm thinking, oh, drop your phone. You love how decisive I am. Oh my gosh, Paul wouldn't agree with you. I honestly, Jill, I can't make decisions to save me life. That makes me chuckle. Okay, so one of Julie's favourite stamps from me is an old one. It's a birthday background, it's called. And I love to just ink it up just to create a little bit of text in the background. It has got like birthday words in it, and I'm going to use the shaded lilac like so, but I want it to be very sporadic, like that word. Yes, I know. So subtle, that's why I've opted to go for the shaded lilac, but I just want a little bit here and a little bit there. And if I just bring that up, you can just see. You can see it there, but it doesn't take over, which is exactly what I wanted. So I'm going to move that away. Now I can use, let's put Nature's Garden back on there. And pick up this nice little ditzy kind of one. And Bundled Sage to start with. Now, when I was making my first one, I hadn't got a clue what I was putting on it when I was making the background. So I just kind of went for it, and I just thought, oh, I'm going to have that there. And I'm going to maybe put another one there. Bundled Sage, because it's just a bit of background. On the other ones that I want to be more proud, like into the foreground, I'd stamp them in black and paint them in. This one, roughly maybe here. I could do more, but I'm just going to keep it simple at the minute until I'm happy that I've got it in the right place. So then a nice little bit of this. Burlap. I'm calling it burlap, definitely. And I think what I'm going to do is come in with speckled egg to start with, because, again, I don't want it to... I just want it in there, but not there. Just building up different elements, hoping you can see this. It probably just looks like a blobby mess at the minute, but it will come together lovely. We will pull in some black on top of there. I'm just trying to make sure I've got the right colours. Bless you, Hessian. Yes. Right. We've got to start making decisions now. Oh. So this kind of palmy leaf. Oh, can't reach. Oh. Let's pop some. I mean, I suppose it is quite easy for me because I have got one to look at. But when you're doing it like for the first time, it's like, oh, I don't know if it's going to be in the right place. Just go for it. And then I'm going to have some leaves there. Maybe there. And for this one, I am just going to lay down, not literally, I'm not going to lay on the floor or anything. So this is the kind of layout, and I do want a little bit of foliage coming out the bottom so I can quite see that that's going to be in a good position there. And it's at this point that I think, right, now I need to kind of concentrate on where I need to fill out areas. So I'm going to take the black ink off of that, And I'm going to come back into that ditzy one, which is on a block somewhere. There it is. This one can get inked up black now. And I'm going to have a nice little bit, whoopsie, sorry. Drop that down. In the middle there. And then I think, okay. It's a little bit, right, that'll work. That'll work there. Yeah, okay. Pop that back in. Yeah, I'm quite happy with that. Do I want more? No, we'll start with that one because we've got the little circle bits to put in as well. So clean ditzy. Put her away. So onto the solids, I've got this really nice, I do love these colours. Right, let's go back to that shaded lilac then. I'm going to start off with a shaded lilac and I'm just going to ink this up. Like so. I've got to ink it up again now. It's stuck to me silicone mat. Okay. So I want a nice big circle on this corner. Like so. And then I'm going to come in there. And then one there. And then I'm going to go down a size because there's 3 size circles. We all okay? Oh, speckled egg. That's the colour for this one. Right, so we're going to go, I'm going to tuck this one behind a little bit. Can I see a second gen of that? Not really. Okay. Just looking at my colours here. I think I'm going to have to go for weathered wood. And I'm going to go over the top of that. Just needed it to stand out a little bit better. Okay. I'm going to bring a couple in down here. And it doesn't matter if you get any bitting because it just adds to the flavour. Let's just put these in position. One there. One there. One there. Okay, this bit here, it is niggling me, I'm not going to lie. So I'm going to go in for my water brush and just fill that in. Easiest way. Like so. And then I'm going to paint my leaves, I think. No, I haven't finished yet, hang on. See, my brain's gone overtime now. Little block. And this one, I feel like, is this going to be too dark? Let me have a little look what it looks like. No, I think that's a nice little contrast. I'm going to have a little dot there. And one in there. And one up there. I like that. Stop taking the Michael Paul, Eaton. Also, we've got these fabulous trio of dots. I'm going to do these ones in black, and I might just do one there, and one there, and one there. So I'm kind of framing around that centre piece. Right, love those. Do I want a bit of this in black, Hazel? Do it. Go on. So just going to get like a little bit of griddage here. I'm not pressing hard. I don't want a full-on print. I just want to tie a little bit more just a little bit more. That's it, I'm walking away from that one now. Put my hessian back, and then I'm going to get this little stitch line. Put a couple of those in. And then I'll have one up there. I'm going to have one down there, like so. But then I'm going to go back to my hexagons, if I can see them, because I started off tidy. This one. And just stamp, that was close, Hazel, little bits. Now up that corner needs something, so it's having that there. Okay, that was so close. That's my speckled egg. That's me weathered wood. That's me potion. And that must be me shaded lilac. Now I'm just going to grab a fine liner black pen. And just go around there. Obviously, because it's freehand, it's not the perfect circle, but that's brilliant because it just adds to its flavour. That one. Perfect. Right, now all that remains for me to do is to paint those leaves. And whilst I've been doing the other bits, I've been pondering on whether to bring in Rustic Wilderness or not. Let's try it. I just didn't think Bundled Sage would stand out enough. So Rustic, here we come. I'm going to water it down a bit. And just add in. You see, realistically, I only need to paint the bits that I can see. And again, I'm being really rough. It doesn't matter if I've got any white bits because that's the kind of look I'm going for. A little bit abstract-y. Should just be one more. And I'm glad I chose the darker green because it stands out more. So, right. Now there's one more little stamp that I use, which I haven't done. And it's this one, and it's like little bursts. I feel like that could have, I'm going Villainous Potion. I'm going to have a few in there. Oh, choices. And I'm going to go for a few in there. And I'm going to leave it at that. Because I've got a lot going on everywhere else. And I haven't painted my ditzies in yet. So, let's see what colour I'm going to choose. I think it's just got to be shaded. Shaded lilac. And I'm literally just going to daub. I'm just going to daub some, not even trying to colour them in perfectly. Just dobbity-dob. Are you laughing at me? It's laughing at me, dobbity-dob. Yeah, it's a technical word, dobbity-dob. There we go. And then I'm going to dobbity in a little bit of green because there is some foliage in there as well. And I can quite easily pick that out. So we'll do that. And I wish I'd got my acrylic markers here because I could then go over the top and pop the centres of the flowers in, which I can do afterwards. That's fine. Okay, I'm happy with that. Right then, let's commit to the stick. I'm going to pop this one in place first, because then that will set the other ones. Now, of course, yes, I could do... Oh, look, I've forgotten that. That one there, nice and straight, hope it is. Then this one. So I'm using that line, but butting it to the bottom. And then this, ooh, just. I'd go as far to say is, that was not English, was it? I'd go as far to say that I like this colour combo better than the first one, and I was in love with the first one. When I'd finished making it, I was messaging Julie, and I was like, I've made this, and she's like, oh, it's beautiful. And I was like, I'm really happy, and I still am really happy with it. But those colours, oh, right, just clean my area, and then we'll get the frame on the go. So, super quick to make a frame. I can have it made in under 10 minutes. Well, it'd probably be even quicker than that. So, once you've wiped that, just dry it down with your cloth, and then that can fold away. Chuck that up there. I'm just going to put these next to each other so you can see. How different are they? But they're exactly the same. What's your favourite, Paul? The purple one? Mm-hmm. He's the same. Right then, so let's get the background in. Now, I should be able to eyeball this, but I'm not going to. I'm going to put it in afterwards. For the frame, you need 4 pieces. And I'm going to need my scoreboard. I've scored some of them. I've done 3 of them. Oh no, I've done 2 of them. So 2 pieces. They're all going to be 7 centimetres. 2 of them need to be by 24. And 2 of them need to be by 18. Okay? And then you're going to grab your card and your score tool. You're going to score at 1. Just remember this, look. 1, 3, 4, and 6. 1, 3, 4, and 6. And I'm going to score the other one the same before we rotate it. 1, 3, 4, and 6. And then you rotate. Now for this one, because of the dimensions, it doesn't matter which way I rotate it because it's symmetrical. But normally you would score this and then take a clockwise turn. Now I'm going to score at 1. That is to allow me to make a tab. Okay. And then I've got to come in on the 2 line and score down to the 2nd line. So basically, if I bring this frame in, whatever the width of your frame is, on this one it's 1, but on another one I've done it's 3. Whatever that dimension is how many you come in by, plus the 1 for the tab. I don't want to confuse you too much. We'll just go with the flow. Okay, so then we'll do this one as well. So the tab is 1, and then on another one, so on number 2 down to that 2nd line. And then we're going to come in. So this part here is the tab. So I snip, snip, and fold it back to keep it safe. Okay. Then I can snip that away. Straight-ish. This piece goes diagonally to there. And then straight down there. That's it. That's all we've got to do. Exactly the same on all of them. So I always cut the tab first, just angled, and then snip, snip, snip. And just do it in like a uniform way, and then you won't get confused. I love making my own frames because you can do them any size, width, depth, anything that you like. Whereas if you're buying a die, you're restricted to that one size. And every project that you make is different. I like to make them where they stand up on their own. Okay, so we've got our 4 strips now to make our frame. Get the mess out of the way. And then we will. So we turn it over. We fold all of these inwards one way. Like so. Every single one. I finished with that board. Just in case you wanted to tidy. Did you see that? Now, of course, you could use your tool and burnish this, but I'm just going with my fingers. And then we need to add some red liner tape. Now, if you get them all the same way up, the easiest way to remember, the red liner tape goes on the shortest bit. Look, so that's long, that's the shortest. So all of those bits that way have red liner tape, and it just so happens. Oh, do you know what? I'm just gonna use a bit of this because I haven't got a red liner tape here. I've got a 3mm, but it's not really, it's not really strong enough. No, don't mean strong enough. What do I mean, Paul? That's it. Christ, this is super sticky. I shouldn't be cutting them with these scissors, but I'm just gonna carry on. If I was using red liner tape, you'd see it a lot easier, but just making sure they're nice and tidy on the edges. Last one. Can you hear her? She's really loud, isn't she, next door? There's a hair salon next door, and they have the hair dryers on. And you can hear them shouting above them. Right, so now a little bit of tape. If I turn that the other way, that angle will meet that angle. A little bit of tape on each one of these. Okay. And we are ready. So simply, you will need your tweezers. Take the backing off. Fold it on the second score line. So there's the first, there's the second. Fold that, bring that in. It naturally finds its fold, and you've got a perfect tube. That's one. I may have put that a little bit too close. I'm going to do it that way. That's it. 2. That is so sticky. Okay. And last but not least, we just got to stick this together. Now, if we take the backings off all of these little tabs, so. And we've got a long one. Then we've got a short one. So if you poke that in like so, so it butts up, grab yourself a tool and stick down that tab. Move it along, bring the next long one in, butt that in, stick your tab down. And then the last one, exactly the same. And each time you do it, just making sure that everything is the same way round. And then quite simply, thanks, the colour palette. Please can you let us know what they were, sorry. I certainly will. Right, so then to stick it together, hop it up on its end. And inside each one of these is a little square. Go on all of them little squares. So 4 of them. And that, so you've got nice tight corners. Bring your piece of card and make sure that that is the same size, which it is. Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to run some tape down there. And we're going to stick that backing sheet on. Take the backing tape off. 1, 2, 3, and last one. There we go. Right then, so this is going to just stick directly on top of there. Okay, that is perfect. And then this will just fit in there. So I'm going to put my glue on. So don't forget, if you want any inspiration with the Nature's Garden collection, go onto Pinterest and it's all under Julie Hickey Designs. All the design team samples are all there. And that just fits in there perfectly. So that little aperture in there is 15 by 21. Oh my goodness. Right, colours. We've used weathered wood, shaded lilac, speckled egg, bundled sage, villainous potion, and rustic wilderness, but I did actually use old paper for something as well. So I'm going to go like that. That is the colours. And if we hold that, I mean, I don't know if you can screenshot and then come back to it, but that gives you, I wonder if I can fit that in as well. Let's put them in together. So there you go. I hope you have enjoyed that. Just had my happy post. Fabulous, Andreen. You can get creating. Yeah, the post has come through really well, considering it was only oh no, it wasn't yesterday, it was the day before. Because we do send everything out on a tracked 48 hour. So they've done their end of the bargain. They've done it perfectly. Love this demo. Will you post on YouTube? Yes, we absolutely. When I get home, I download it all to the YouTube channel so that you can watch it at your own leisure. Thank you, Pauline. Thank you, Vanessa. Just going down. Sorted the colour palette. Looks fab. That's okay, Dawn. Right, do you know what I'm going to do? Oh, hello, Paul. You're going to have to wave now. You're in full shot. Well, actually, you are, Paul, because you're behind me. Oh, he's so shy. Thanks for joining me, everyone, and I will see you on Saturday where we get constructive. Take care. Bye-bye.